forward, we're going to be doing a little bit more structured work. Okay, so the only thing I'm going to say is, hopefully you've got something that you can put underneath your knees eventually. But for now, you don't need that stuff. Okay, where am I? Boom, there I am. Let me pin myself. Beautiful. Okay, let's do it. So we're going to start with our gen mob first. And, as you know, we can just start by kneeling down, sitting down, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're going to start with the headquarters, and we're going to go into simple yes, no, okay. So remember for this, okay, fingers are pointed to the ground, chin tucked into the chest. We're going to slowly raise the chin up, eyes gaze to the ceiling, and repeat the process. Okay, make sure you're not just throwing your head back. You should be feeling things through the back of the neck when you come down, and then front of the neck when you look up. If you feel things in the back of your neck as you look up, then we're in trouble. Okay, so take it slow. From here, let's go into no. Okay, so chin over the shoulders, looking side to side. And again, maybe give yourself a little target to look at. And slowly and gradually trying to go just past that target. And we're going to okay, which is going to be ear to the shoulder and ear to the shoulder. Okay, again, it helps to kind of look at one point for this one. So that way we're not, twisting and doing something funky with the neck, okay? Just straight side to side. And you can play with, a little bit of a rotation in there so you can feel it through the upper traps. So you can explore with this a little bit. Okay, from here, let's kind of go into the rest of the spine. And what we're going to do here, guys, pretty straightforward. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to take a couple of cat cows. So as you breathe in, we're going to make our spine big. As you breathe out, okay, sinking that tummy down to the ground, eyes gaze up. And let's just kind of translate between these 2 points. Really pushing the ground away from you, no matter whether you're making the spine big or small. Okay, take a pause when you're at the top and maybe just lean side to side. Sink down, eyes gaze up, okay, tummy down, and same thing, little rock side to side maybe. Keep pushing the ground away. Breathing in, making the spine big again. This time, let's rock forwards and backwards a little bit. Again, making sure you're big and rounded. Sinking down. And same thing, rocking forwards and backwards. Just a small rock. Okay, from here, let's thread the needle, which is going to be sweeping one hand under the armpits, opposite armpit, looking to the same side. And then we'll alternate sides, making sure, guys, that hips are still stacked over the knees. So what I mean by that is we're not sitting back and falling back, okay? If anything, you're gonna fall forward as if you're gonna listen to the ground. If you wanna feel it a little bit more, draw your belly button to the back of the spine. So you try block the lower back. Okay, so you try focus on just rotating the rib cage. From here, we're going to go to child's pose, which is going to be big toes together. Knees can be as wide as you want them to be, or whatever is comfortable for you. We're reaching our hands out in front of us, maybe about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider, whatever feels good for you. Come onto the fingertips, and they're going to wrap the armpits. Okay, so wrap the armpits, and then we're going to take a pulse for 10, and we're going to actively pull ourselves down to the ground for 10. So wrap the armpits, and let's bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep pulling yourself down to the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly back off. Move on to one side, doesn't matter which one, same thing. Wrap the armpits and let's bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep pulling yourself down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly back away to the middle and then to the opposite side. Wrap the armpits and let's pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Making our way back to the middle and then rising. From here, nice and straightforward, we'll keep the fingertips back towards the knees, push the world away from us, and we're just gonna rock forwards and backwards a little bit. Maybe a little circular motion here. And then straight onto the fingers pointing to the side and side. And we'll just, again, rock side to side initially. And maybe a little semicircle or a full circle one way, then the other way. Just kind of noticing what's happening with the wrist this morning. Okay, getting into those nooks and crannies. And then from there, fingers are pointed forward. We're going to give a big lean. And then we're going to come back. Okay, so just nice and simple, rocking forwards and backwards. Remember, throughout all the wrist prep work, your shoulders need to be pushing the world away. Okay, so you're protracting your shoulders. The elbow is locked as well, meaning elbows are locked out. A little side to side here. And then from here, we're going to point the fingers back towards our knees again, but in. Okay, so again, you can bend the elbows if you need to initially. Let's try and make sure the hands are about roughly, under the shoulders or a little bit wider if needed be. You're going to push the world away, so ears are nowhere near the shoulders. And again, we'll start by just rocking forwards and backwards initially. And if this is good, let's kind of explore a little side to side. And from here, we'll go into palms faced up, palms faced up. Remember, if this is too hard, you can simply regress it by, kind of doing one at a time or having your hands by your thighs. Otherwise, most of us should be able to fall forwards. Okay, now from here, keeping everything onto the ground, we're going to sit back and close the joints up, feel that first line of pull or that first line of strain, and then we're going to rock forwards. So let's just kind of keep going to that first line. Okay, so yes, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but there should be no pain. Stay on that line, and then you're going to just rock side to side. So you're trying to now cover the outer surface areas. Okay. Okay, from here, gorilla grips is going to be trying to squeeze all your fingers hard for 3, 2, 1, release and squeeze. 3, 2, 2, release and squeeze. 3, 2, 3, release, squeeze. 3, 2, 4, release and squeeze. 3, 2, 5. Big release, back it off and shake it off. Okay, from here, we're going to runner's lunge. Okay, so remember for this, easy setup, one knee up, one knee down, hands are in line with the front feet initially. We'll pop the back knee off by tucking the balls of our feet and just rock forwards and backwards initially. Okay, the reason we rock forwards and backwards is to kind of get our setup right. Maybe the weights should be 50-50, okay, give or take. And then from there, keeping the back knee locked out. So you're going to lift the back knee up using your butt, okay? And then you're going to drop the elbow down towards the ground. You're going to rotate and reach to the ceiling for 3, 2, 1. Let's go, okay? 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, and 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 5. Last one. 3, 2, 5, and down. Let's go to the other side. So again, one knee up, one knee down, hands in line with the front feet, pop the back knee off. We'll rock forwards and backwards and make any adjustments we need to. Okay, let the body know what to expect a little bit. Lift the back knee up, drop the elbows for 3, 2, 1. We're gonna rotate, then reach for 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 5, last one, 3, 2, 5, and then down. Okay, from here, guys, all we're going to get into is nice and straightforward, lying on our front. We're going to go to a skydiver. So remember this one, palms are going to face up. We're going to turn our hands, okay, and that's happening at the shoulder joints. And we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you're going to use your butt to lift the legs completely up off the ground. Okay, we're trying to get the quads up off the ground as opposed to just bending at the knees. Okay, here we go. We're going to go 10 reps. The first one we're going to hold for 5 seconds, as well as the 10th and last one. Okay, everything in between, we'll just kind of hit it. So we're going to come up, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold this one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turning on our back. Okay, knees bent. Okay, tuck your bum so your lower back is on the ground. Hands either side. We're going to glute raises, 20 reps. Here we go. Hips come up, and let's go. Kiss and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, and rest. Okay, so from here, okay, we're gonna go straight into a little bit of a shoulder prep in the spine and a little bit single leg. We're gonna go into our teacups. Now for this, hopefully you've got something that you can put on top of your palm, maybe like a book. Don't put a teapot because you'll spill everything, okay? I'm gonna use my journal, okay? Just something that we can, boom, place on top of our palm, okay? Nice and straightforward. If you've got a yoga block, that could work as well. If you don't have anything, you can just pretend there's something on top of your palm, okay? The whole reason we want something light, nothing too crazy, is because we wanna make sure our palms are faced up to the ceiling at all times, okay? Nothing too crazy. What we're gonna do is just layer this teacup. There's a little bit of a coordination involved here, guys, okay? So what we're gonna do, okay, as a reminder, and you can kind of, you know, Simon says you can follow along for now, is simply palms are faced up all the time. I'm gonna bring that journal across underneath me, arms go straight. I'm gonna bend my elbows, bring it back behind me, back to front again. So we're gonna continually just create this circular motion, if you like. Some people would say figure of 8, okay? Whatever you see it as, nice and easy, nothing too crazy. We'll just kind of go in one direction, okay? Now, you can see I'm allowing my spine to move as much as it wants to or needs to accommodate this, okay? So, you know, don't need to be rigid and start to do this kind of thing, okay? Make sure we're bending the elbows, straightening the elbows, bending the elbows, straightening the elbows. Palms face to the ceiling at all times, okay? Now, from here, let's just take that to the other side. So nothing crazy, palms are up. We're gonna just bring it inside, back behind, then back to inside, and back behind, okay? So you will probably find, just like your hips, okay, one side feels way more coordinated. One side feels way more giving, okay? That's okay, okay? I would go as far as saying that's sometimes normal, okay? So don't rush through the good side, or don't try, you know, kind of go crazy on the, you know, not so love side. Just slow it down and try to figure out, you know, which corners are you rushing through, or which bits are, you know, turning out to be a little bit hard, because you want to slow down. You want to make sure you're in control. All right. So from there, that was one direction. We'll go to the first original side. And this time we're going to reverse this, okay? So we went on the inside to start off with. We're going to take it back behind us, bending the elbows. Bring it in front of us, then back through. So it goes back behind, boom. Just knocked my mic off. That was amazing. Okay. Simple. And maybe this is super challenging, and that's cool. So again, no need to rush it. We're not trying to see how many reps you can get in or how quickly can you do this. Try to figure things out. Remember, you can allow the spine to move, okay, as much as it needs to or wants to. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And then let's take it to the other side. Let's see what's happening there. So again, we're going to take it back behind us, bend the elbows, and bring it on the inside, and boom, take it to the outside. Okay. You may also find that, because one side feels a little bit more coordinated at the shoulders, or that we have a little bit more ability on the shoulders, the spine probably doesn't have to move as much. Okay. And that's cool as well. But if you want to get funky, get that spine involved a little bit more. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. The key thing is palms are facing up. If this was real tea, we don't want any spillage, people. Okay, so that's just the basic coordination at the shoulders. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go for a minute per side, 30 seconds one way, 30 seconds the other way. Okay, so now that we know what we did from the shoulders, the only caveat here now is we're going to be standing on one leg. So now we're going to start to generate some heat to the bottom of our feet, meaning trying to wake the feet up, a little bit of stability work here. Okay, and again, you will have to use the leg, okay, that's up in the air as maybe a counterbalance. Same thing with the spine. You will now probably have to use the spine a little bit more than you did. Okay, the key thing is we're not trying to rush it. We're not trying to get as many reps as possible. Slow it down and notice, okay, what's happening in the body. Okay, we'll go for a 30 seconds one direction, then go straight into 30 seconds on the other side. So whichever hand you're holding the journal with will make life a little bit harder, okay, by taking the opposite leg off, okay? So we're standing on the same leg, that way, okay, we have something on our hand, okay? We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice and simple. Okay, just one direction. If you think you've got the coordination, maybe look at your screen so you can see the outlines of your shoulders, okay, or what your body's doing a little bit. Also gives you an area to focus on. Okay, last one. Then reverse it, guys. We're going to come back behind us on the in front, then the inside. Slow and controlled. Whoa. Smooth. Yeah. Last one. Yeah. Saved it, and boom. Shake it off. We'll go to the other side. Okay, remember the same side leg. Okay, sorry, the opposite leg is the leg we're lifting off. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. So we're going to come from the inside and back behind us. Okay, again, nice and slow. Okay, so if coordination is not a problem, guys, start to bring awareness to, the points where we need to straighten our arms, bend, straighten our arms, boom. So there's this 2 key landmarks, okay, that will have the elbows locked out at. That way, then we know when to bend them, okay? So we are working and getting into the elbow joint as well, really critical. Okay, palms are always faced up, so the wrists are always into play. And of course, the shoulders are working over time. Here we go. Let's reverse the circle. Okay, so coming from back behind seems to be a little bit trickier. And if you're finding that, or just me, which means I got to go a little bit slower. I've got to be a bit more mindful. Okay, that I'm not rushing through and losing my balance. And last one. And rest. Beautiful. Okay, shake it off, nice and simple. Okay, we're gonna go straight. We're gonna be standing up on our feet still. We're gonna go to our feet. Okay, so some foot prep. Okay, so similar to last week, we started to lay some work down for our feet. You know, we do obviously a lot of work for our wrists. Remember, we're only strong as our weakest link, right? So ankles, we never really get, you know, good amount of time down there. Okay, so we're gonna spend just doing a couple of things for our feet this morning. So starting off with, what we'll do is feet are roughly under the hips, if not even closer. Okay, the key thing is we want to be standing nice and tall. Okay, so nobody's going to be like arching their butt. Okay, oh, so arching their butt. I don't even know if you can arch your butt, arching your lower back and things like that. Okay, standing tall. From here, what I want you to do is gently just rock onto one side. And as you do that, you're going to go into the outside edges of your feet. Just spend a second or two, plant that leg back, and then we're going to go to the other side. So we're just rocking side to side. Okay, and as we rock to one side, that same side, we're going to peel the inside edges of our feet up. So we are on the outside edges of our feet. Okay, and again, just like the wrist prep, this is a form of assessment, if you like, for your feet right now. Okay, what does it feel like on the outside edges of your feet? How much movement do you have there? How much loading can you take? Okay, so just nice and simple, just rocking side to side, nothing crazy. Now, if you're losing balance and this is turning out to be a little bit tricky, then just go next to a wall or just, you know, somewhere you can be slightly supported, because we don't want the balance or the stability to be the issue here, right? We're trying to structurally load certain things. Okay, and in order to do that, we need to make sure we can do that, right? So if balance is the thing, then we're not really loading structures up, right? We're fighting balance. So again, go to next to a wall. Otherwise, nice and simple, nothing too crazy. Now, from here, all we're going to do is now we're going to go to the inside edges of our feet. And in order to do that, guys, what we're going to do is nice and simple. We're going to just spread our legs a little bit. Maybe starting point is somewhere under the shoulders. And, you know, as you feel more comfortable, okay, and if you can slowly walk the feet out a little bit, okay? But here's the thing. We want to collapse the knees in, okay? So as we collapse the knees in, we're going to peel the outside edges of our feet up. Okay, notice I'm trying to touch my thighs together, and then I'm gonna, boom, stand nice and tall. Now again, start small, just making sure that we can do this. And then we can start to just walk the feet out ever so slightly, and then boom, find that range where, you know, we're just being challenged, but we can comfortably do this, okay? So nice and simple, nothing crazy. Now, as we collapse the knees in, you will feel the inside edges of your ankles being loaded for sure. But what we're actually doing as well here is the hips are trying to turn in to that internal rotation. So you'll probably feel this at the ankles as well as the hips, okay? Keep it going. Now, as you do this, just making sure, guys, that we're not hinging at the hips. We're trying to keep that back as vertical as possible. So as upright as possible. That way the knees are traveling forward and we're trying to just collapse those ankles in. Okay, keep it going. This last couple of reps, nothing crazy. Boom. Okay, from here, okay, the third one we're going to go into is high heels. Okay, so the big balls of our feet is the area that we want to be on all the time, as opposed to sickling out and rolling to the, you know, the outer edges of our feet. What we're going to do is feet are roughly under the hips, maybe even closer. We're going to bring the heels right the way up. Okay. Now, it may be a little bit tricky just to kind of stand still. So you can just shuffle a little side to side. So from front on, okay, feet are roughly under the hips, give or take. Okay. Nice and proud, as high as you can get there. Okay. And we're just staying in ball movement of our feet, nice and tall. From side view, okay, again, I'm not arching my back. I'm not falling forward, okay? I'm nice and tall. My glutes are somewhat organized. And again, it helps to kind of just focus on one point. So maybe you can look at the screen. Okay, maybe you can look down to your ankles. You should not be doing this, okay? So we shouldn't be collapsing on the outside edges. We're nice and high, okay? So the heels are zipping up. So again, we're trying to get to the bottom of our feet. Obviously the calf are into play here. Nothing crazy. And we can just, shuffle side to side, maybe forwards and backwards, whatever feels good for you guys, okay? Because you have to manage a little bit more. So just, we get people to walk around the studio normally, okay? Okay, from here down. And then we're gonna do the fourth and last one, which is going to be trying to switch the muscles in front of our shins, so our antips, okay? So effectively what we're gonna do here is we're gonna pull the toes up to the ceiling or the shins. And again, we can shuffle side to side just for balance perspective. We're staying nice and long as possible. From the front view, we want to make sure that we're not flaring our toes out like this. Okay, that means the glutes are coming into play a little bit, which is obviously something we need. But for us to keep ourselves a little bit honest, let's have the toes facing as far forward as possible and towards the ceiling, okay, without hinging at the hips. So nice and tall, okay. So you'll just get this a little bit of a burning sensation through the front of your shin possibly, and that's okay, we'll survive. Okay, so curling those toes up towards the shin, trying to stay on the heels as much as possible. Glutes are organized, nice and tall, nothing crazy. And again, you can walk backwards, you can walk forwards, okay, side to side, whatever feels good. Just last couple of seconds coming up. And time. Okay, so we're just gonna put that into practice a little bit. Okay, all we're gonna do is coming back to the outside edges. You can do the same thing again. You can simply take the option of rolling on side to side. Again, looking to hold it anywhere between 2 to 3 seconds. Or what we can do here, guys, again, if you need a wall, let's have a wall, is we're going to simply come onto the outside edge. We'll try to lift the other leg up. Boom. Okay, outside edge. Okay, lift the other leg up. And again, we're looking to kind of hold it for 2 to 3 seconds, just side to side. So now there's a little bit of stability involved. Okay, so structurally we need to be sound. Okay. So again, choosing the right thing for you. From the side view, we should be, again, still nice and tall. Okay, so keep it going. So again, we should be just rocking side to side, but keeping that torso as upright as possible. So the force that's going down through the ankles is on the outside, okay? Knees are obviously locked out, okay? Boom. This is exactly how we roll our ankles. So in a way, this is like preparing for that. Last one. And rest. From here, it's nice and simple. We'll go to the inside squats. Okay, so remember, we're trying to touch the thighs together, collapsing the knees in, trying to be on the inside edges of our feet. 10 reps, as vertical as possible. The wider the legs, the harder it is. Okay, so again, choosing the right intensity for you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. From here, you may need the support of a wall. Okay, so rather than just staying up onto ball moves of our feet, same place, we're going to be loading the ball with big ball moves of our feet, but we're going to be going in up and down motion. Now, calf raises. When we do the calf raises, we're not slamming the heels on the ground. We're just kissing the heel on the ground, okay? Also, on our way down, we're not just dropping down, we're guiding ourselves down. So if you can, stick to my tempo. We'll go for 30 reps, okay? So nice and high, glutes are on, okay? Just pausing here, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, boom. Okay, if you have a wall, again, we're gonna be bum on the wall, toes, okay, pointed straight forward. Feet are roughly, give or take, about hip distance apart. And your bum cheek is on the wall here, the sit bones, hopefully, okay? From here, legs are straight. We're gonna put our hands on top of our thighs. We're gonna just curl those toes up. So we come into ball moons of our feet. The big balls of our feet are still touching the ground. And that is gonna be our target, okay? We're going to lift the toes now and the balls of our feet completely up. We're gonna kiss the big ball moons of our feet on the ground and raise them up. 25 reps, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and down rest. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, guys, we'll need something that we can put underneath our knees. Okay, so if you're working on a hard floor, okay, you'll probably need something that's going to be helpful. Okay, we're going to go into our diagonal stretch, just like the way we did last week. Then we're going to go into our dead bugs. Okay, so we're looking to effectively just open the front line of our body. Okay, our hip flexors, and also, you know, kind of trying to extend the spine a little bit. No one should be feeling this with the lower back. Okay, so what we're going to do here, guys, is from a kneeling position, we're going to be taking a step forward. Now we're going to be on the outside edges of our feet. Okay, you can keep the front leg slightly soft, meaning slightly bent. So for this front 45 view, what we're going to do here is leg is in front of us, okay, on the outside edge. And it's really important that we're able to push that feet into the ground. That's creating one anchor point. The other point is going to be my butt. Okay, so if you remember from last week, our objective here is to drive our hips forward and around. Okay, so again, forward and around. What we're going to do is the back leg, okay, so the knee that's touching the ground, that same side hand, we're going to bring it opposite. So let's do that now. So again, like Simon says, so the back leg that we're going to be working, that same side leg, sorry, the same side hand is going to come to the outside shoulder. From here, I'm going to push my hip forward. I'm going to rotate around. I'm going to try touch, okay, back of my knees, maybe the calf, maybe the heels, and then back it up nice and forward. Okay, I'm going to repeat this for 6 reps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, push your hips forward and around. 4, 5, last one, we're going to hold. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forwards and rest. Okay, so again, no one should feel that through the lower back. Okay, if you are, that means you're cranking through the spine. You need to engage your butt even more. Okay, here we go. So the front leg, okay, straight, but on the outside edge, the back knee that we're going to go with, okay, is load. We're trying to get this stretch diagonally. This is why it's called a diagonal stretch. We're going to place our same as the back leg hand opposite shoulder. We're going to push the hip forward and reach back to touch something initially. Here we go. 1, coming back to the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Hold this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay. From here, we're going to go to our dead bugs. Okay, so dead bug is going to be onto the back. Remember for this, guys, our shins, okay, are going to be parallel to the ground, not just dropping down here. We're going to raise them up. Our knees are, again, not going away from the hips. They're going to be on top of our hips.
So every rep, make sure you pull your knees back towards you, okay? Toes are pulled back towards you and the feet are apart. From here, using our breath, we're going to make sure we keep in contact with everything on the back of our body on the ground, okay? As we breathe in, opposite hand, opposite leg. Let's go into 20 reps, okay? Make sure we marry the breath with the work, okay? Here we go, 3, 2, 1. 3, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, from here, straight on to our diagonal stretch one more time, okay? 6 reps with a 10-second hold. So, okay, leg in front of us, slightly soft, push our leg into the ground. Remember, the hips are driving forward, okay? You're gonna feel this pull through the hip flexors. Okay, the bent knee, leg on the back, same side hand, opposite shoulder. Let's push that hip forward, reach back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. And hold, keep pushing the hip forward and around. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly back it up. Boom. Opposite side. Okay. Facing forward. Okay. Same leg as the back knee. Opposite hand. Sorry, opposite shoulder. And let's push forward and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Onto our back. Let's go straight into our dead bug again. Okay, remember, okay, legs, the heels are kissing the ground. Keep your knees slightly soft. Okay, so you're in control. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 4, 8, 2, 6, and 8. Okay. Nice and rested. Quick drink of water, guys. Okay. Then we're going to get into some structured work. So we planted a few movements in last week. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to quickly run through each of those. As always, the first set, we're going to just break them down. We're going to do them all together. Okay, so we have a good understanding of what is it that we're trying to do. And then hopefully we'll double down and we'll try to go back-to-back sets with little to no rest. So the first one we're going to do is for our low body, okay? And we're going to be looking at long split squats, okay? Effectively, what we're looking to do here is work the hips, okay? In both their very end ranges. So the front leg will be as short as possible, whereas the back leg is as long as possible. The key thing here is to understand that we need to make sure that torso, okay, our upper body is as vertical as possible. So this is what the movement looks like, okay? We're gonna hinge, posture up. Both legs are straight to start off with, okay? From here, I'm gonna drive my front knee forwards as far as possible over my toes. I can keep my back leg slightly soft, but not touching the ground, okay? I'm going to try keep my posture as upright as possible, and I'm gonna push into ball onto my feet to stand nice and tall. Okay, no one should be losing the balance and whatnot. Both feet are active. Okay, so one more time. We're going to be driving our knees forward, keeping that posture as upright as possible. Okay, a great way to think about this, okay, is you're going to try imagine you're going to belly buttons here. You're going to sink your belly button into your thighs as much as possible. So you're actually pushing down. Okay, so you can see from front on, I'm not going crazy with the knees. Okay, from side view, same thing. I am not doing this because if I'm doing this, okay, that means I'm not getting the back leg into play. Okay, we'll just do straightforward 8 reps. So again, this week is still 8 reps. Okay, just like last week. Let me turn this backwards. Hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, so let's go together. So nice and tall. Position. Let's take that forward. Pause and drive up. 1. Pause. Up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And rest. To the other side. Okay, hinging. Okay, nice and tall. Now, if your stance is too narrow, you will feel you can't go as far forward. If you go too far back, you can't do the same thing again. So there's an optimal place. Okay, you'll figure this out. Here we go. Drive our knees. Pause. Glutes should be on the back leg. And up. 1. Whoa. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. And rest. Okay. So from here, we're going to take it, okay, to upstairs. Okay. Now, we introduced this move last week, okay, our Planche Leans. Now, a couple of big things that we have to remember with Planche Lean, okay, is carrying on from the strength and movement work we did on Monday. Our ability to protract, pressing the ground away is really critical, okay? And the pressing, the whole reason we emphasize that protraction is so we're nice and strong through the scaps, okay, the shoulder blades. In particular, around this portion, okay, around the armpit region, because that's where our pushing strength really lacks, okay? So in the Planche Leans, guess what? This gets amplified even more. So it may look like you're leaning quite far forward, but you may not be strong there, okay? So again, think about, is the weight still here? As opposed to just creeping onto the neck, okay? We're just gonna be doing 30 seconds work, guys, and this is what we're gonna be doing. So just like last week, we talked about the wrist. We're only strong as our weakest link, and most of us who don't have the adequate flexibility in our wrist, or maybe even the strength, having them pointing straight forward will limit our lean. So we may have to turn our hands out ever so slightly, okay? Obviously don't take the piss, okay? Just enough. From there, okay, what we're gonna be doing here is protraction is wrapping our armpits round. So again, I'm turning, okay, and I'm pushing the ground away. From here, we're going to look to come onto the laces of our feet and to lean as far forward as possible without dropping the shoulders, without losing connection through here, or worse, dumping into the neck and the wrist here. If you're feeling at the wrist or the neck, we know we've gone too far and we're not holding this anymore where we need to, okay? We're just surviving here, okay? So 30 seconds. Remember, posterior tilt is a non-negotiable, okay? So bum is tucked underneath us. Let's give it a crack and we'll figure this out. 30 seconds. In 6, 5, 4, 3. Lean, pull, and here we go. Eyes are gazed up. Okay, fingers are active. Okay, legs are pressed together and nice and firm through the quads. Keep hiding your armpits. Tucking the bum, but dropping the bum. Okay, eyes are gazed up slightly so the neck muscles are on, glutes are on, legs are firm. Keep pushing the world away. And time. Okay, so that is pretty hard, okay? The cool thing is obviously you guys get to dictate the intensity. Remember, we're trying to hold that for 30 seconds. So it's no good being amazing for 10 seconds and then collapsing or XYZ. Let's find a position where challenge thoroughly for 30 seconds, okay? So that's the planche lean, guys. From there, we're gonna go into a very, very simple, again, just 8 reps per side, okay, with our Kozak rotations. So Kozak rotations is legs wide, okay? We're gonna be sitting into one corner. Now, as we do this, as I travel to that side to bend the knee, I'm going to, on the straight leg side, pick my toes up, okay, to the ceiling and back, okay? And I'm pressing my knees down to the ground. I'm gonna come nice and tall. Again, turn my toes up and back, sink down and up, okay? Here we go. So from side view, we have to hinge the hips. We can't be arching our back, otherwise you're gonna blow your lower back up, okay? So again, if you're doing or feeling it in the back, it means we're not doing the right thing. So be mindful. Here we go. We're gonna sit, turn, pause, 1, up. Sit, turn, pause, 2, 3, 4. Use your butt to turn the legs back and up. 5 gone. And 6. Here we go. Keep it going. 7. 8. Halfway. 9. 10. 1. Both heels should be on the ground. 2. 3. Pull your toes up towards your shin and back. 4. 5. Last one. And 6. And rest. Okay, so from here, we're going to take it to the rest of the body. For this, we're going to be on our back, guys. And if you remember from our previous block, we did a bunch of hollow bodies. We took it to 45 seconds, I believe, for multiple sets, okay? So our starting position is very much like the hollow body, okay? But the finishing position is going to be slightly different. So we're going to be doing our tuck ups, okay? And this is what it looks like. And we're going to do that for repetition, okay? So the key thing here is, remember, ground is your best friend, okay? So everybody's going to have the ability to have their feet off, reach back. As you come up, you can put your toes on the ground, fingers on the ground. The key thing is I don't want to be dumping into my lower back. I need to be lifted up, nice and proud, okay? Obviously, if you want to challenge yourself, have your toes off, have your hands off. That's cool. When you come down and you reverse engineer this movement, again, you don't dump or fall back, you guide the body down. So slow control, full tension, so that way you can, boom, pull yourself up again, using the front of the body, as opposed to just using momentum. For that reason, we'll stop for 3 seconds at the top, okay, to make any refinements we need to do. And then we'll work that for 10 reps today. Good job, people. Okay, here we go. Hands back, feet off, lower back is everything is on the ground. In 3, 2, 1. Up. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 7. 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 9. 1, 2, 10. And rest. Okay, so you probably heard from my breathing. Breathing is important, okay? So also that timing and the coordination of the breath, that's gonna help you with the move. There you go, guys. So we have 3 moves, sorry, 3? That's not 3, that's 4, okay? As you guys know, I can't count. So we've got 4 movements that we'll be working with. Our long split, followed by our planche leans for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna go into our rotational Kozaks, then back that up by tuck-ups, V-ups, tuck-ups, okay? Okay, so let's double down. Today's intention is we'll see if we can get 2 sets back to back. Remember, with every rep that we do, guys, there is this sense of control. So we're pausing, okay, showing that ownership, that control, okay, with every rep. Starting with our long splits. Here we go. Nice and tall. Spine is vertical. And let's go. Coming down. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Let's change. Remember, torso is upright. The back butt is on. You're trying to lift the back knee up off the ground, okay, at all times. Here we go. Driving down. Take that pause. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Into planche leans. Here we go. Okay, 30 seconds. Remember, keep everything around the shoulder blades, especially around the armpits. Neck is okay, long, it's up. You know, you should be able to see the toes, okay? So no rounding. Here we go in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, start to lean, and let's go. Weight is on the middle of your palm and heel of your palms as well. Fingers are active, neck is long. The whole body is under tension. Tuck the bum, but drop the bum. 3, 2, 1, and time. Here we go. Onto our feet, standing up into our rotational Kozaks. Okay. Remember, trying to cover the calf with your hamstring, okay, on the bent leg side. Here we go, sitting. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8, halfway. 9. 10. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5, last one, and 6. Beautiful, here we go. Into tuck ups, 10 reps with a 3-second pause at the top. We'll go in 5, 4, 3, feet are off, hands are off, and let's go. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 7. 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 9. 1, 2, 10. All right. Straight onto our feet. Long splits again. Let's go. Okay. Get the other way. Tall. Okay. Position. Remember, back knee can be slightly soft, but you're still trying to use your butt to straighten the back leg. Here we go. Drive. 1. Trying to make sure you're not arching to the lower back. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Changing sides. Proud, tall, and drive. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Here we go. Planche leans. Let's get it. Okay. Hands on the ground. We'll go in 4, 3, 2, lean, and. So again, trying to get as far forward as possible. Okay. Legs are firm. Glutes are on, obviously. Maybe push the laces of your feet into the ground and push the ground away at the shoulders as well. Neck is long. Elbows obviously locked. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, rotational Kozaks. Let's get busy. Okay. And sitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, last tuck ups. Onto the back. Try to keep your legs as close together as possible. Create as much tension. Remember, ground is your best friend. 3-second pause at the top in 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, 10, and rest. All right, come on over, guys. Let's have a quick Gary. How's everybody feeling? We're still alive. Talk to me, good people.
What a workout.